Hey everybody, it's Charmel. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with the video all about these beautiful locks. So let's jump into it. So in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you all how I did these extended faux locks. There's some people call them soft locks as well. I honestly don't know the difference between the two, but they are extended because they are extremely long. All right, so before we get into the tutorial, I'm just going to give you guys a couple of details about this install. The installation took like 7 to 8 hours, and that included taking a couple breaks as well. So if you do decide to do extended faux locks, I definitely recommend doing them a little larger, especially if you follow the technique that I did. Honestly, these are pretty much traditional locks, considering the way that I installed them, but I'm going to show you guys how I get them extra long. So yeah, because I'm doing the traditional method, which involves wrapping. You guys know the wrap method always takes a little longer than other methods. So because of that, I did do them a little larger than I do some of my other installs. However, I really like the way that they turned out. I was skeptical about doing them this big because y'all know I like small braids and all of that, but they actually ended up coming out really nice. So I will say that this install is a little on the heavier side. It's not uncomfortably heavy, but it you can definitely feel like the weight on it. The hair that I use, which you guys will see soon, the hair itself is very lightweight. However, because they're extended locks, that means I have to do extra hair, which means that extra hair means extra weight. So again, they're not uncomfortably heavy, but you can definitely tell that they have some weight to it. They still have a lot of body in movement, as you guys can see. They're not stiff. They're a little stiff in my roots, but they'll definitely loosen up. There's no tension, this method that I use. So yeah, that is it for my intro. I don't want to make this too long-winded because we're definitely going to get into all of the details once we start this tutorial. So again, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications, and follow me on Instagram, Snatched by Charmel, and I will see y'all in this next clip. For this install, I'm pretty much doing the traditional method, the traditional wrap method. However, I do things to make the process a little easier. First, let me make a disclaimer, because whenever I do faux locks, goddess locks, any type of lock installations, I always get comments like, why do you do it that way? It takes so long. You know, they make crochet locks and all that stuff, which I'm very much aware of. However, I just like the traditional wrap method. It is a personal preference of mine, so that's what I do. So to install this, the first thing you want to do to save time is parting. So I went ahead and I sectioned my hair off. Prior to installing this, I did my whole head. Because these are so long, I would not recommend making them extremely small. I would not recommend doing your parts and your sections small. Because we are wrapping, it will take a long time. I also wanted to note that I did freestyle parting, so I didn't do box parts or triangle parts. I literally took my nail and carved out random plaits and braided it on up. And I did this because these are bigger. Sometimes when you do box parts, you know, it kind of looks gappy, and I didn't want it to look gappy. I wanted it to look full. So doing this freestyle parting, it just gives it a natural look, and it hides any potential gaps. You just braid my hair at the root and then twist it all the way down to the end. Now I'm going to show you guys the hair that I'm using. Using two types of hair. I'm using the Janet Collection Knotted Tresses Passion Twist hair in 24 inches. I recommend getting a type of crochet hair. You don't have to get passion twists. I use these because these were in my closet and they're extremely long. So whatever type of crochet hair that you get, you just want to make sure that you get an extremely long length, the longest length that they have. Again, this is 24 inches. And then to wrap my hair, I'm using the Bobbi Boss Jamaican braid hair And I've used this hair before for faux locks. It's just a textured, fluffy, kinky type of hair to wrap. So you'll need this. I really like to wrap my locks with this because the texture is very coarse. It's not too soft. It stays in place when you wrap. You don't have to worry about slipping or any of that. So after you have your hair sectioned off, the first thing you want to do is take one of your passion twist pieces, and basically I'm going to unravel this so that it makes one long piece. Now this passion twist hair, it actually breaks into 2 pieces, so there's a total of 15 twists in one pack. Each twist you can get 2 pieces of hair out of, so that's a total of 30 braids per pack for the passion twist hair. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your crochet needle, and I'm going to stick that through the base of my plait, and then I'm going to take that piece of hair from the passion twist, and I'm just going to loop that through the base of my hair. This is what's going to give you that extra length. As you guys can see, you can, if you fold it in half, it'll be like this long. However, I do like one side, one piece longer than the other, so that I get all, I can't even get it all in frame, but you get all of that extra length. So then you're gonna take your wrapping hair and you're just gonna wrap like you do regular faux locks. Gonna open it, you know, space it out, spread it out a little bit so that I get more coverage. I've done a million faux lock tutorials before, so yeah, one short piece, and I'm just going to begin wrapping that around. Okay, so once you start to run out of hair, you're just going to take another piece and feed that in. Basically do the exact same thing how you started it. Take the shorter end, lay it against the braid, and then just continue to wrap. Where that section where you're adding it, you may want to wrap it a couple times just to make sure that it's secure, and then you're just going to wrap all the way until you get to the end, and then I'll show you guys how I do my ends. So for the most part, I used about 2 pieces of the Jamaican braid, the kinky wrapping hair, per lock. So you'll need a total of 2. You need a total of 2 of these pieces to wrap your braid. And sometimes if you feel it twisting at your root, it'll twist while you're wrapping, but once you're done, it'll loosen up. So if you want to relieve some of that tension, I'm just gonna take it and hold it with my mouth so that I'm not pulling on it, if that makes sense. So yeah, that way it's not twisting at my root. Okay, so when you start to run out and it gets short, what I'm gonna do is unravel this a bit, and I'm going to borrow hair. I hope I'm explaining this right. So this is the passion twist hair that we're wrapping around. You can either add another piece of the Jamaican hair and feed it in more and wrap it, or you can borrow from the passion twist hair, the loose hair at the end. You can borrow from that. So this is the loose hair, so I'm just taking a piece of that. I'm going to mix it in, and then I'm going to use that to continue wrapping. This is my centerpiece. I'm going to use it to continue wrapping. around.
So another reason I like to do this quote-unquote borrowed method is because it gives your lock a nice natural tapered off look. As you guys can see, as I continue to wrap, the braid or the lock gets thinner, which I like. I really don't care for my ends to be like too chunky or thick.
Okay, so then when I want to end it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rest of the hair, all the hair I have left, I'm going to fold it up. Might have to do a voiceover because I have to hold this out the way. I'm going to fold it up, and then we're just going to start wrapping the hair going back upward. So you're going to create a little loop and then wrap that hair going back up. I look crazy. Now at this point, you should end up with something like this. You have two ways of sealing it. You can use a lighter, which I kind of prefer to use because it's not as messy, but I can't find my candle lighter right now. So I'm just going to use some nail glue, and I'm just going to put a little of that on the end. And then I'm just going to palm roll it to make sure it's sealed. Then you have something like this. I'll walk you guys through it again.
So yeah, you guys, I really like this method. It may be a little more work than using like pre-made crochet locks. However, I really like this method because you can literally make your locks any length you want them to. So I honestly could have went a little longer with these locks, but just for personal reasons, I just kept them at about butt length. But as you guys can see, I can also make them shorter than this length that I did. So I like this method because it's pretty universal and you can kind of use it for whatever length of locks that you want. I also kind of did some of my locks like around the front of my head a little shorter, as you guys can see. So I don't have a bang per se, but you know, it's a little tapered. It adds a little shape and character to the install, in my opinion. So I used a little over 1 pack of the passion twist hair. Again, 1 pack of the passion twist hair equals about 30 braids. And then for the Bobby Boss Jamaican hair, I used, I want to say, about 4 packs of hair, 4 to 5 packs of hair to wrap. So yeah, that's not too bad if you are doing your hair yourself. You don't have to worry about buying tons and tons of hair. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of this installation portion.
Alright, so I'm all done installing them. And I'm just gonna do some finishing touches. I'm gonna take my styling foam